speech.
Stephen Harper, former Prime Minister, was then Prime Minister, went for a walk with a cease agent in an Ottawa park. And he came upon a little girl who had a little basket covered in a cloth. And he was curious, so he asked the little girl, he said, "Well, girl, what do you have in your basket?" She says, "I have some kittens." And she pulled back the cover to show him, and he said, "Oh, those are cute. What kind of kittens are they?" The little girl said, "They're conservative." He was very happy. He smiled, he patted her on the head, and he went on his way. About 3 weeks later, he happened to be walking through the same park. This time he was accompanied by Jack Layton. And he saw the little girl and he said to Jack, "Hey Jack, this is going to be cute. Let me show you something." And he went over to the little girl and he said, "So how are the kittens getting on?" She said, "Just fine." And he said, nudging Jack, he said, "Jack, listen to this. And tell me, what kind of kittens are they?" And she said, "Liberals." Harper was stunned and taken aback, and he said, "But a few weeks ago you told me that they were conservative." She said, "Yes, but now their eyes are open." Well, Madam Toastmaster, fellow communicators, and your no guests, we are here en masse. So why did Justin Trudeau and his Liberal Party of Canada win 184 seats in the last election to form a majority government? There's a lot of theories on why it happened. I have one that is, I think, a secret for me, and I'm going to share that with you. Now, obviously, the first thing is that Canadians were sick and tired of Stephen Harper. They were sick and tired of his controlling, his micromanaging, his scandals, his whatever. His just blah. They were just sick and tired. You could say that that was probably the principal reason. I think it was part of it. It wasn't all of it. Perhaps it was the social media crowd. Because actually, this election, 3 million more people voted than voted in the last one. So one would suggest that maybe there was a little activity on the social media scale that got, and I think it probably did contribute. But that, I don't think, was really the principal reason. Well, then you could say, well, maybe it was the collapse of the NDP in Quebec. And what a lot of people don't know about what happened in Quebec was that in 2011, Jack Layton was the leader of the NDP, and he appeared on in Quebec they have a television network called TVA, which is the largest network in Quebec. Everybody watches it. It's not like, because it's such an enclosed society, they really pay attention to their political news. And they all watch this program. The program is called Tout le monde en parle, which means everybody talks about it. And he appeared on it. He knew he had terminal cancer. So when he asked for the vote from the Quebecers in his broken French, they responded because they were actually a little ticked off with the Bloc, they were ticked off with the Conservatives, ticked off with the Liberals. Who else to vote for? So en masse, they voted for the NDP, and all of a sudden, the NDP found themselves in the opposition ranks because they had all these votes that they hadn't counted on. So all of a sudden, it went, but that didn't translate over to this last election. Now, obviously, Tom Mulcair had an issue around the McLeod issue that we all heard about. That it was raised as a thing, and he took a particular stance, and that hurt him. But that was not really the principal reason. This is where I want to tell you a little secret. Now, when it came to spending on this last election, parties could spend up to $54 million. I know it seems obscene. It was probably about half of that in 2011, but then of course the space, the amount of time they had, it was half. We had a 78-day campaign this time and 37 the last time. The Conservatives had a lot of money. And they decided that they were going to actually spend that money attacking the person that they most worried about. So what I really think was the biggest boost for Justin Trudeau's cause was the amount of money the Conservative government poured into that ad. How many people saw that coming across their meeting? Like, I know, boring. But this is the secret. There was only one problem with this strategy. Now, the Liberals carpet bombed us all before the election on all kinds of social media, spending a ton of money saying that. There was only one problem. See, there's a relatively new science of linguistics called neuro-linguistic programming, NLP. You might have heard about it. Here's an example. Don't think of a pink elephant. Think of a pink elephant. Don't think of Justin Trudeau. Think of Justin Trudeau. What they did was they ran these ads with a little bit of things saying, paid for by the Conservative. Who cared? Guy, name, Justin, brand. The mind doesn't register the not. So they were actually advertising Justin Trudeau. They spent tens of millions of dollars advertising Justin Trudeau. And of course, when he performed well in the debates, then, hey, wait a second, he's ready. And that's what happened. That's what happened. So they shot themselves seriously in the foot because they didn't have anybody on board who understand the neuro-linguistic program. Now, there's a good side of this, and I wanted to show you that this is the good one. This is the average real GDP growth of Canada since the Mackenzie King. And you'll notice that every time the Liberals are in power and comes the Conservatives, the economy goes down. See? The economy goes down. The economy goes down. Well, guess what? You can just extrapolate what will actually happen afterwards with our new Prime Minister. And one last thought. The young engineer was leaving his auto office at 4:45 p.m. when he saw the federal member of parliament from his riding standing in his office in front of a shredder with a piece of paper in his hand. Listen, said the member of parliament, this is a very sensitive, important document, and my secretary is not here. Can you make this thing work? Certainly, said the honorable young engineer. He turned the machine on, inserted the paper, pressed the start button. Excellent, excellent, said the member of parliament as his paper disappeared inside the machine. I just need one copy. Lesson, never assume your member of parliament knows what he's doing.